Hello, once more, everyone. Welcome back to the show. Back here on YouTube, doing another 2024 NFL prediction, Week 15. Getting us started this week here on this Tuesday as we get into this week. After going four, after going 3-4 in week number 14, my personal season record is now 52-46. So overall, only a few games up, over 500, only 6 over. But that's okay with me. Trying to get back and stay where I can and do good this week. Going into it, 7 great matchups, a lot of playoff implications on the line, and also some games that might be Super Bowl previews to look at. We will see. So let's get started right away with the 2024 Week 15 NFL predictions starting us out today. Here we go. Starting on Thursday night with the Rams, who had a shootout against the Bills, won 44-42 as they beat the Bills in LA last weekend. This weekend, they're going to San Francisco to play the 49ers on Thursday night, and Brock Purdy, who beat the Bears by 25. And, the 49ers, they look like a team. They're a game under 500 at 6-7. Well, the Rams coming in at 7-6. This is a matchup there at the end of the day. Both teams can do 500. They're both looking to get to where Seattle is. So is Arizona. So the NFC West should be a pretty fun race over the next 4 weeks, week 15 through 18. So it should be pretty fun to watch this race play out. It could come down to week 18, I think, and it might happen. Look at the Rams and 49ers. I did predict this game way back when, I believe. I want to say that I picked it in week 2, week 1. I thought I picked this matchup once already this year. Sorry about that. No, I don't think I picked that matchup. Sorry about that. Paper in my notebook with my stats. But look at this matchup on paper. The Rams and 49ers, two teams that are in the same division, NFC West. Two teams that should make the two teams that should be near the top, which they have been. These two teams have been played great games over the years, the playoff games, the championship games, Super Bowl appearances. Overall, I think this game is going to come down to whichever team doesn't make the least mistakes. Between Brock Purdy and Matthew Stafford, I think the team's going to come down to two quarterbacks who want to make plays. At the end of the day, I think the 49ers playing at home have the best chance to win with George Kittle on offense and also Jawan Jennings. I think the 49ers could win this game, and I do think they come away with a win on Thursday night. So give the 49ers a win here on Thursday night in San Francisco for me in this one. Moving on, next game, Miami Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa going to Houston, playing C.J. Stroud and the Houston Texans. Two teams that look like they can be wildcard teams. Well, the Dolphins look like they be a wildcard team. The Texans, they lead their division, but barely at this moment. They are being chased by another team, Indianapolis. But to me, I think Houston, C.J. Stroud, they just look like the team that C.J. Stroud led last year. They've had some rough times this year. Only 5 losses. They look like the same team they had last year, where they lost 5 games and they limped to the playoff race. And to me, the Texans look like that team. They can do that again. For the Dolphins, and Tua Tagovailoa going on the road to play the Texans this week, it's going to be tough for them. Houston's defense is strong. They can win. I look at this and think Houston, they're going to have some tough times in this AFC South. I think the Colts are going to test them this month or the next 4 weeks. But I do think Houston, though, comes away with this week with a win against the Dolphins for this one. So give me the Texans and C.J. Stroud against Tua Tagovailoa and the Dolphins on Sunday afternoon. Moving on to the next matchup. We're the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield coming off a win, now in first place in the NFC South, and the Chargers out of the AFC West with Justin Herbert, the quarterback. Question is he going to be healthy? Is he going to have his injury he got against Kansas City this past weekend, going to affect the Chargers game? I just don't know what to think about this game overall for Justin Herbert and the Chargers. And for Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers, they're coming off a tough. Buccaneers coming off a win and prove that they can stay in first place. And the Buccaneers, since Tom Brady and Baker Mayfield have been the two quarterbacks that have led this Buccaneers team in the past few years, 4 or 5 years. I look at this. Tampa Bay, they're going to be sneaky. They will make you think about your path to the playoffs. And Buccaneers, they can sneak in no matter what and beat teams, which they have They did it last week against the Raiders, who were 2-11. Chargers, though, they had a tough path, losing out on a field goal off the doink by the Chiefs kicker, Matthew Wright. And the Chargers, they look like a team they can pressure the Buccaneers. I think this one in LA with the Chargers and Buccaneers, this can be a matchup where I think it could go high scoring, just like the Bills and Rams did this past weekend. I think it happens again this weekend with the Buccaneers going to play the Chargers on the road. At the end of the day, I think the Chargers get the win. Unfortunately, I think the Buccaneers fall to 7-7 at the end of the day. So give me the Chargers and Justin Herbert in this one here on Sunday afternoon. Moving on. Next matchup. Indianapolis Colts. They're going to Denver. Play Bo Nix, rookie quarterback, the Broncos. Should be interesting to see the Broncos and Colts. Broncos are another team in the AFC West. That's look like a wild card team at the moment, as it looks right now. Chargers, Broncos, Ravens. Could it be where the NFC North and the AFC West all get 3 teams in? It's most likely going to happen. Not 100% sure. I think it's about a 90% chance that can happen. But look at this matchup. The Colts are the team, they want to get to where Houston is in first place. For the Broncos, they want to be, just like the Chargers, they want to beat Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. And until the Kansas City Chiefs take their foot off the gas pedal and stop playing good, the Broncos and Chargers, which doesn't hurt Bo Nix, that both those teams are going to have to play hard. This is a game that the Broncos must win. I think on Sunday, the Colts, one of those teams, they're an underdog. They want to get to where the Broncos are and be a wild card team. Unfortunately, I think the Broncos and Bo Nix, rookie quarterback, he's led a good team this year, and he continues to do that so far, and he's a wild card team at the moment with 8 wins, 5 losses, just like the Chargers, just like the Ravens at the end of the day. At the end of the day, I think the Broncos get the job done with Bo Nix and get another win here, get to 9-5, just like I think the Chargers will this weekend as well. So good to the Broncos here in this one, this weekend on Sunday. Moving on, next game. Josh Allen and the Bills. They're going to Detroit on Sunday to play the Lions, and they're going off a game which will be fun to watch. One of many late afternoon games this weekend. Josh Allen, Jared Goff, 2 teams. Last week, back on Sunday, a few days ago, the Bills won. Bills lost 44-42 to the Rams, a shootout. I think that's going to happen again because the Lions, they put 34 over the Packers and give up 31. I think it's going to be another one of those games this week for the Lions and for the Bills. This matchup could be a matchup where both teams score quite a bit, and I think potentially we might see 4 or 5 touchdowns from each team this time around. Maybe more. Just like the Bills-Rams game last week. At the end of the day, I think Josh Allen and the Bills come into this game with a better offense. So do the Lions. This could be a matchup for the Super Bowl, which would be fun to see because neither team has won a Super Bowl in their team history. At the end of the day, I think Josh Allen gets the job done going on the road to Detroit. And I do think the Bills get the job done on Sunday against the Lions. So give me the Bills and Josh Allen against Jared Goff and the Lions on Sunday in this one. Moving on, next one. Another preview for a Super Bowl matchup. Pittsburgh Steelers, Russell Wilson. They're going up against the Eagles and Jalen Hurts on Sunday, which should be another interesting matchup. 2 teams, both out of the AFC North and the NFC East, between the Steelers and the Eagles, a matchup which could be a playoff matchup. Steelers, over the next few weeks, they have the Eagles this week in Week 15. They have the Chiefs in Week 17. On Christmas Day, matchups that could determine the Steelers, they have a chance to be a number 1 seed, but it's hard telling right now. They're playing the Eagles on Sunday. Jalen Hurts. Is this game, for me, the question is, will Russell Wilson play well? Will Jalen Hurts play well? I do think that's going to happen. I think both teams are going to depend on, for the Steelers, Russell Wilson is going to pass a few times. He's also going to give the ball to his running back, Jalen Warren. For the Eagles and Jalen Hurts, he's going to give the ball to Saquon Barkley and run it. Then he'll find passing if necessary at the end of the day. To me, for the battle of Pennsylvania, I think the Eagles come out on top playing on Sunday. So give me the Eagles in this one and Jalen Hurts, surprisingly. With that being said, the Eagles, I do think, take this one on Sunday. Moving on. Green Bay Packers, Jordan Love. They're going to Seattle playing Geno Smith and the Seahawks. It's first place Seahawks, Sunday Night Football. Should be another fun one. And this game brings back some memories from playoff appearances with the Seahawks and Russell Wilson and Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers too, when they met up twice back when the Seahawks won Super Bowl 48 and lost in Super Bowl 49 to the Patriots. A matchup that brings back some fond memories when the Seahawks won 2 matchups in a row. Back-to-back years, and this brings back memories. Geno Smith, Jordan Love, 2 quarterbacks. Who wanted to win for the Seahawks. Geno Smith, he's leading the first place Seahawks, a chance to get a win. If they get a win, Seahawks will move and stay in first place. But if the Packers can get a win, which the Packers are pretty good, they gave up 34 last week to the Lions and scored 31. For the Packers, though, can Jordan Love and the Packers score enough points against Seattle? Seattle is always a hostile place to play at for visiting teams. It's tough. It's loud because it's home of the 12th man. At the end of the day, Seahawks coming in, playing hard, playing on a first-place team, have the Rams and 49ers chase them down. What did Geno Smith and the Seahawks need to do? They didn't avoid little mistakes. I think this game's going to be about not making mistakes at the end of the day. I think Geno Smith and the Seahawks surprisingly get a win to stay in first place on Sunday night with a win there. Recap I'm taking the 49ers and Brock Purdy over the Rams and Matthew Stafford. Houston, I'm taking the CJ Stroud of the Texans over the Dolphins and Tua Tagovailoa. And LA, I'm taking the Chargers, Justin Herbert over Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers. In Denver, I'm taking Bo Nix and the Broncos over the Colts. In Detroit, I'm taking Josh Allen and the Bills over the Lions and Jared Goff. In Philadelphia, I'm taking Jalen Hurts and the Eagles over the Steelers and Russell Wilson. And on Sunday Night Football, I'm taking the Seahawks, Geno Smith over the Packers, and Jordan Love on Sunday Night Football. Hope you all enjoyed Week 15 NFL predictions. With that being said, please comment below your favorite team is playing if you think you're going to win this week. And also, don't forget to watch, like, subscribe. Tell your friends to do the same if they haven't done so yet already. With that being said, have a good day. Stay safe. And peace out. I'll see you right back here next Tuesday, Week 16 NFL predictions coming up next week. Have a good night, everyone, and stay safe. And I'll see you next Tuesday, Week 15. Bye for now. Stay safe and peace out, everyone. See you next week.